BBC. Kneecap's Glastonbury set will not be live streamed but could go on demand. It is understood the BBC needs to consider the performance before making a final decision. Kneecap's performance at Glastonbury Festival will not be live streamed but is likely to be made available on demand, the BBC has said. A number of politicians have called for the Irish rap trio to be removed from the lineup, and Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said their performance would not be appropriate after one of the members was charged with a terror offence. A BBC spokesperson said, "As the broadcast partner, the BBC is bringing audiences extensive music coverage from Glastonbury, with artists booked by the festival organisers. While the BBC doesn't ban artists, our plans ensure that our programming meets our editorial guidelines. We don't always live stream every act from the main stages and look to make an on-demand version of Kneecap's performance available on our digital platforms, alongside more than 90 other sets. It is understood the BBC needs to consider the performance before making a final decision." The band said on Instagram, "The propaganda wing of the regime has just contacted us. They will put our set from Glastonbury today on the iPlayer later this evening for your viewing pleasure." Liam Oghechani, 27, was charged with allegedly displaying a flag in support of proscribed terrorist organization Hezbollah, while saying, "Up Hamas, up Hezbollah," at a gig in November last year. On June 18 the rapper, who performs under the stage name Mo Chara, was cheered by hundreds of supporters as he arrived with bandmates Naos O'Carrylane and JJ O'Doherty at Westminster Magistrates Court in free Mo Chara t-shirts. He was released on unconditional bail until the next hearing at the same court on August 20. Conservative Party leader Kemi Badenoch said she thinks the BBC should not be showing the group's set. In an X post from last Saturday, she said, "The BBC should not be showing Kneecap propaganda." One Kneecap band member is currently on bail, charged under the Terrorism Act. As a publicly funded platform, the BBC should not be rewarding extremism. Ahead of the group's set, an Avon and Somerset police spokesperson told the PA news agency, "Ticket holders can once again expect to see uniformed officers on site at Glastonbury Festival 24/7 throughout the festival as part of our extensive policing operation, ensuring it is safe for everyone attending, as well as those who live nearby." Eamonn Holmes says, "It makes me cry even thinking about it," as he shares personal insight. Former This Morning presenter Eamonn Holmes is known for his no-nonsense approach on TV, but he's now revealed a completely different side to his personality. Former This Morning presenter Eamonn Holmes has revealed his sentimental side, naming the 1995 romantic comedy drama, The American President, as his favorite film. "It's a beautiful love story," he said, urging that it's a must-see for everyone. Eamonn, who has been through 2 divorces, admitted that even just thinking about the film brings him close to tears. The American President tells the tale of a widowed U.S. president, portrayed by Michael Douglas, who embarks on a romance with an environmental lobbyist amidst the pressures of re-election. Speaking on his podcast, Things We Like with Eamonn and Paul, Holmes highlighted a defining scene from the movie. Michael Douglas is pushed to the brink. He's criticized for dating this woman, "It makes me cry even thinking about it," and he gives the most beautiful speech. "If I could give one speech of my life it would be like that." Written by The West Wing's Aaron Sorkin, the film is packed with Sorkin's signature pithy dialogue, some of which even made its way into some real-life political discourse, famously being reused by Australian politician Anthony Albanese in a 2012 speech. Nevertheless, for Eamonn, it is the sweeping romance of the story that resonates the most. In a voice choked with emotion, he evocatively recounted one key line from the film: "He's loved 2 women in his life and one died. But his punchline is, 'My name is Andrew Shepherd and I am the president.' That's the moment when I want to stand up and cheer," Eamonn expressed. "I find it's the most uplifting, beautiful love story of a film." He confessed to his incurable romantic nature, stating, "I'm a sucker for sentimentality, I really am." Eamonn Holmes has been dating 43-year-old Katie Alexander following his divorce from Loose Women star Ruth Langsford. While marriage counselor Katie accompanied Eamonn to London ahead of the Television and Radio Industries Club TRIC Awards, she was a surprise no-show at the ceremony itself. Katie explained her decision not to attend the event on social media. "Was going to the TRIC Awards, but I'd rather protect my mental health and inner peace than be subjected to more online hate from people who don't know me." At the ceremony, there was certainly a degree of disapproval from the audience as Eamonn, who is 65 and presently using a wheelchair due to a dislocated pelvis, used a ramp to get on stage to receive an honor for the GB News breakfast team. An insider described the crowd's reaction to the Daily Mail, after it was announced that GB News Breakfast had won, there were a few boos around the room. Due to his wheelchair, Eamonn needed a ramp to get up on the stage. He gave a profound tribute to Charlie Peters for winning news presenter after his significant work uncovering grooming gangs in the UK. It was quite a poignant moment as Eamonn honored another journalist, though there appeared to be a disagreement from someone within the attendees. Eamonn Holmes fights back tears as he admits, "It makes me cry even thinking about it." 65-year-old GB News presenter Eamonn Holmes has named the one romantic movie that makes him cry every time, as he says the lead character gave a speech he wishes he could have made himself. Former This Morning host Eamonn Holmes has revealed an unexpectedly sentimental side as he opened up about his favorite film, the 1995 romantic comedy drama, The American President. "It's a beautiful love story," Eamonn says, adding that everyone should see it. Twice divorced Eamonn confessed that even thinking about the movie makes him weepy. The film follows the story of a widowed U.S. president, played by Michael Douglas, falling in love with a controversial environmental lobbyist, while he's also fighting a fierce re-election campaign. On his Things We Like with Eamonn and Paul podcast, Eamonn described a pivotal moment in the film, saying, "Michael Douglas is pushed to the brink. He's criticized for dating this woman, it makes me cry even thinking about it, and he gives the most beautiful speech. If I could give one speech of my life it would be like that." The film, written by West Wing creator Aaron Sorkin, certainly has more than its fair share of memorable lines. Australian politician Anthony Albanese, who went on to be the country's prime minister, even memorably used several lines from the script in a 2012 speech. But it's the film's sweeping romance, rather than its political punch, that captivated Eamonn's attention. In a voice choked with emotion, the former This Morning presenter tearfully recalled, "He's loved 2 women in his life and one died. But his punchline is, 'My name is Andrew Shepherd and I am the president.' That's the moment when I want to stand up and cheer," Eamonn said. "I find it's the most uplifting, beautiful love story of a film." Confessing to being an incurable romantic, he added, "I'm a sucker for sentimentality, I really am." The GB News presenter is currently dating 43-year-old Katie Alexander, but she was a surprise no-show at the Television and Radio Industries Club TRIC Awards last week. Eamonn got into a relationship with Katie following his split from ex-wife and Loose Women panelist Ruth Langsford. Explaining her absence, she wrote on Instagram, "Was going to the TRIC Awards, but I'd rather protect my mental health and inner peace than be subjected to more online hate from people who don't know me." There was reportedly some pushback among the TRIC audience as 65-year-old Eamonn, currently using a wheelchair as a result of a dislocated pelvis, climbed a ramp to accept an award on behalf of the GB News Breakfast team. According to a source quoted by the Daily Mail, after it was announced that GB News Breakfast had won, there were a few boos around the room. Due to his wheelchair, Eamonn needed a ramp to get up on the stage. He gave a moving speech about the work of colleague Charlie Peters, who had earlier won news presenter for his work on exposing grooming gangs in Britain. It was a nice moment seeing Eamonn pay tribute to a fellow news presenter, but it seems someone in the audience didn't agree.